Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Vandal Hearts. So I want to start with one thing before I begin. Some people may have noticed me using the in-battle save in the first video. Let's get this out of the way. Yes, I will be using save scumming, and let me tell you why. First of all, this game does have a rather aggressive AI. Generally, if it can kill one of your characters, it will, so it's very punishing when you make mistakes. The only real exception is what happened in the last video where Zoot went off to go heal himself instead. Also, there are no random encounters in the game, so that means that there is a finite amount of gold and experience, and every time a character dies, you lose money from the fight, and they can't get any more experience for the rest of the stage. Plus, I hate it when I lose characters, so that's just me. Besides, save scumming is in the game by design. It's like the makers knew that the game was going to be difficult and wanted to help. Anyway, hopefully I will just play well enough that I won't need to use it. With all that being said, let's jump on in. Alrighty. Capital Shumeria. First, let's go to HQ and give our report. And that concludes my report. I see, well done. Let's take a good look into the background of this Zoot Gatch. I agree. As always, the big guy gets away, the truth gets swept under the carpet, and only the small guy gets screwed. Hey, you're out of line. You're right. There are lots of things wrong with this government. Corrupt politicians, oppressive taxes, and not enough police. The rich are getting richer, and the poor are getting poorer. But no matter how filthy things get, as long as we remember who we are, we, the people, have the freedom to change things for the better. And it's that freedom that so many people died for 15 years ago. I understand. I had no right to mouth off like that. I'm sorry. No, it's alright. In any case, you all did a fine job. Why don't you relax a little? Now how about we head to the tavern for a drink? Okay, so let's see. What did I get out of that last fight anyway? Oh yeah, so that's right. Anything you pick up goes into that person's inventory. Okay, it's the same thing I already had. What about... not you, you. Oh, so that is a better weapon. Equip that. Let's send that to the depot. Now, if I'm remembering right, I think the Mad Book and anything else that has all those question marks there for the description is just an item that does, it casts a spell in combat or something. And since you never know what spell it is until you try it, I usually don't use them. I may look some of them up at some point just so I can make use of them during this Let's Play, but in the meantime, so that's that. So see what I can get from the shop. Let's see. Okay, so I can get a bow for Diego. How much is that? 110? Armor. Okay, equipment for characters I don't have. Got it. Let me take a look at my stuff again, actually. So 2 and 4, 3 and 4, 1 and 7. Let's go ahead and prioritize offense over defense. Oh good, so I can check it that way. Good, I was wondering. Okay, so you can't wear it. He's already got it. No, one defense just doesn't seem like enough. 7. 3, on the other hand, I like. Let's go ahead and do that. Sell the old equipment, because in this game there's actually zero reason to keep a hold of the old equipment. There's no like crafting system or combination system or anything like that, so... don't have any magic users yet, except, well, Ash, but it's not worth it right now. Okay, we'll go with all that. Okay, so now the dojo is the place that you go. You can get advice on the way that the game works in here. There's all kinds of little tutorials here, and then advancement. Whenever a character has reached level 10, and then again later at level 20, you get to advance their class. So we can't do that just yet, though. No one's quite high enough yet. Also, that's where you go to use the keys of Chiroa for some bonus levels, but that's later. I thought it would get better after the war, but now everything is taxed and you can't walk on the streets at night. Streets are filled with criminals, and our council is filled with politicians who only care about padding their own nests. Now it's daily terrorist threats. What's going to happen to this country? The terrorists killed Mr. Smetana, head of the council, just 3 days ago. They say it was the work of the old royalists, but if you ask me, it could have been any of a dozen different groups. I'm so surprised it didn't... Whoops. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. If Eris were to see how things have turned out, I wonder what he would say. Help! Somebody! Riots! What? Calm down and tell us what happened. A riot has broken out in the Dover District. Dover District, aka the Royal Ghetto. But they hate bloodshed. They're always the first to negotiate. That's the terrible part. The army decided that the Royalists were behind the assassination of Smetana, and they came to take Count Claymore away. Things got tense. The young nobles gathered around the soldiers. Then there was some shoving and someone drew a sword. What kind of fool? Let's get over there right away. These are the advanced troops? Hiya! They seem a little bit outclassed there. We surrender! Surrender to death. Ah. Barbarians! Crimson Guard, Special Anti-Terrorist Forces, an elite fighting force formed by the well-known right-winger Hillspites. They're famous for being ruthless with terrorists, but this is too much. Troops assemble. Well, if it isn't the security forces. What are you doing poking your little noses around here? I know you. You're Ash Lambert, the son of a traitor becoming a platoon leader. What a joke. What did you say? You scum. Stop it, both of you. But Ash, let him talk. Always trying to sound like a saint, aren't you? As you can see, we've cleared the area of enemies. Some are still holed up in that church, but we have business elsewhere. As long as you're here, you can take care of those left in the church. Make sure you do a good job now. That lousy creep. Yes, but what are we gonna do, Ash? Let's go and see if they will surrender. It looks like there are no enemies around, but don't relax your guard. Yeah, about that. Where did these monsters come from? They've been summoned by a powerful mage. We're gonna have to cut through them. Okay, so to win this fight, we just have to arrive at the church, which would obviously be this thing all the way back here. So, which I believe is just right here, like one of these two spots. So, so we got a couple archers. So this is more or less a tutorial stage, because it's kind of showing you how to deal with switches and things that they operate, which would be this gate here. But all right, let's see. So there's a hidden item there, and a hidden item there. Okay, but I don't have to rush to get those because this fight only ends when I get to the church, so I can take my time. Now, one thing about these guys here is they're flyers. They move farther and they do a good amount of damage, but their downside is they're really weak to archers. Let's see. Am I done on this guy? So I should be able to just move Diego here, and this should be a one-shot. Unless he blocks. That happened. Oh yeah, so to open treasure chests you have to attack them. Because why not? Downside to that though is archers can't actually get what's in treasure chests. But considering how Diego didn't... oh boy. God, that's so bad. Well... I guess we'll see if Diego will survive a couple hits. No, they decide to ignore Diego to go after the guy who's weaker to flying units. This is a pretty filthy place for nobles to live. After the war, their estates were confiscated, and a special tax was levied on them. They can't even vote. Just as the Asshad dynasty did, we are oppressing them just for being who they are. Politicians always make the weak in society pay for others' mistakes. That would make anyone want to fight back. Interesting choice for a time to have such a conversation. Let's see. There we go. That's much better. Okay, so you'll survive one more hit. So yeah, moving behind him because he can't block from behind. So, ready? And I moved Ast where he was to make sure that Clint still had support. So. We have to release that drawbridge. If we examine that switch, it should release it. Let's see. Experience 45. Oh, I forgot that button did that. You've got a 1. You're still only level 5 though. Let's go ahead and have you do it. And now luckily the only 2 enemies remaining on the map are blocked off by the bridge, so I can collect items at my leisure. Wait. Okay, yeah, so that was... See, that's why I chose not to buy it, because I had a suspicion that it might be available in this stage. So by the way, I noticed in my previous video that my button presses were kind of audible. So I tried switching to another controller, and I hate this controller, but it doesn't seem to be audible, so... I'm also having him heal himself for, not just for safety, but because that's a decent chunk of experience. And this is why I hate this controller. The D-pad on it is just so sloppy. I might try switching over to the analog stick for the next one. And in this one we have... mushroom. Okay. Does not have their movement. Okay. Couldn't remember if the movement was displayed or not. And now they will begin moving. Oh, cool, another. Healing items are always nice. That reminds me, I need to check and see. I'm pretty sure the answer to this is no, but I wonder if I get experience for healing myself at full health. Pretty sure the answer is no. No experience, okay. You win! You're surrounded. Drop your weapons. We don't want any more needless bloodshed. You mean that, don't you? Of course I do. Don't listen, Count. He's a blood-drinking devil. But if we continue, everyone will die. Excuse me, Count, but how can you trust these soldiers that just slaughtered us? Peace needs to begin somewhere. Also, this man seems different than those Crimson murderers. I'll give him a chance. We surrender. I'm Ash Lambert, a star in security forces. Thank you for your quick compliance. My name is Roland Claymore. This riot is my responsibility. Please do not blame anyone else. We have laws here. It's not for me to decide. But I will report that you offered us no resistance. That's enough. Stop right there. Crimson Guards have come back. Nice job for a bunch of weaklings like you. But we'll assume control from this point on. Or maybe the son of a traitor wants to take credit for this. I want no credit. Do as you like. Thank you, I will. Which one is Claymore? I am. Good. Come over here. I don't need for the others. Kill them. What have you done? Murderer. I won't forget this. Forgive me, I don't speak certain language, and I might say that word sometimes, but So, the traitor finally shows his colors. Good, I wanted to cross swords with you for a long time. I'm sure I'll get some flack, because that's not even that serious of a word, but it's just how I am. Stop it, you two. Commander Beckett. Stop, you're both sworn to defend this country. Leave us be, old man. You'd best watch that mouth of yours, Kane. The Crimson Guard is already enough trouble with the Council. More trouble than even your dad won't be able to help. Save your hollow threats for someone else. But I will be a big man, forget your rude words to me today. However, I'm taking this old blue blood with me. Darn him. Thanks for staying cool, Ash. It'll be fine. The next day. Excuse me, sir? Oh, you must be Ash. Ash, this is Dolph Crowley, a representative from the Young Revolutionary Party. Nice to meet you. Dolph has been sent out as a mediator to deal with yesterday's incidents. I understand exactly how you feel, Ash. The Crimson Guards were completely at fault in yesterday's massacre. Normally there would be need for an mediator in a case like this, but there are a few complications. As you know, the Crimson Guard are the pet project for Heel Spites, the Minister of Defense. Heel's tactics may be questionable, but his power and influence in the Council are not. I personally think that he's a dangerous man who needs to be watched. 2 council members are competing to become head. Heel Spites and Ronaldo Castile, who is, as you know, the head of the domestic security forces. Your boss. See the pattern? You're saying it's more than just a personal grudge between us and the Crimson Guard? Do you think it could escalate into a confrontation between the DSF and the army? Well, let's not be overly pessimistic, but we need to act swiftly to avoid future trouble. So what do you want us to do? As punishment, we'll send you on leave away from your policing duties here in the capital, but that's just to establish your cover. The truth is that I have a top-secret assignment for you. So what is this top-secret mission? Do you know who General Magnus Dunbar is? Of course, the greatest hero of our country. Why? He's also second in line behind Heel in the Defense Ministry. Well, 3 months ago he went to Gilbaris Island with a squad of hand-picked soldiers, and he hasn't been seen since. Gilbaris Island? In the Gadar Sea? Why? I don't know, but I've heard rumors that he was acting on secret orders from Heel, who was planning a coup d'etat. That guy is out of control. And he wants us to investigate that. But Magnus is known for his sense of justice. I don't think he would just blindly follow Heel Spite's orders. The secret assignment makes me uneasy. I'm still not personally sure how much we can believe this Dolph. It might be a wise idea not to accept this assignment. No, I'm going to go. If we stay here, we may cause trouble for you. You've been a good friend to me. Ass, that's not why I had you assigned here. Of course I know that, but whatever Dolph's reasons may be, we can't ignore what happened to General Magnus. That's true. I wanted to take a vacation anyway. I understand, but this is a dangerous assignment. I want you to be careful every step of the way. By the way, I'm aware that I'm pronouncing Mr. Spite's name incorrectly. As I've said before, I don't say certain words, and his name, while it's missing a letter, it's the same word. So, alright, let's just go do some after-mission cleanup. Let's see. Do not have a healing item. I guess he doesn't need one really. Let's see, I don't need either of these. I'm gonna hold on to these for now. I'll sell them later if I decide they're that useless. Like, I just don't want to bother with a bonus of 1 to defense. It just seems like a waste of money. Alrighty, and that concludes part 2. See you guys in the next one.